Becky from Bella Rose Kisses here. We are taking it all the way back to the 70s. What do you think? Are my blue eyes a little too much? Max, what do you think about my eyes?
Zombie.
My nearly 4-year-old thinks I look like a zombie. What do you think? Zombie or maybe a little overzealous with the blue eyeshadow? You decide. Let's watch right now. Let's get started. Let's go with this 1970s look. I forgot to put this on first. I should have silk on already, which normally I put this on and let it sit. Silk is a pore and wrinkle minimizer, so I do it right here where I have my large pores. While I am letting that dry, I'm also going to try to cover up these bad boys, which decided to make an appearance. Gotta find the right brush. So if you did not know, green cancels out red. I'm gonna put a dab on there and try to let it dry. Normally I would let any concealer I'm using dry much longer, but that would take forever. So, and if you wanted to, like on a normal day, I take color correcting tinted moisturizer in green and cover up my freckles, but I mix it so there's like more of it to go around. I'm just kind of giving you an idea here today. So again, I would totally let this dry for much, much longer. I would also let my Silk Pore and Wrinkle Minimizer matte so that when I put my foundation over it, it's a little more dry. So let's talk about the 70s while I'm letting that happen. Obviously their hair is something like this. There's a lot of hairstyles I saw in the 70s. It's a little less refined and a little more wild than the 60s. Obviously, women were coming into their own, so to speak. They used a lot of tanner. So they had like the bronzed healthy glow, which we're gonna go for today. Didn't do a lot on blush, lips. I mean, they had some red lips, but they also had a lot of gloss. So I'm actually gonna use nude pink and Java gloss to kind of have like a very natural look to my lips. And yes, we are going to do blue eyeshadow, which reminds me I forgot to grab my blending palette. Fun little blending palettes, which honestly I wish I had, and it's basically essentially paper. You could also use like tin foil or saran wrap or something like that, or wax paper. The only thing I don't like about doing this, it's handy because it's paper and I can throw it away when I'm done. I prefer to have like a metal palette because then when you mix things, it doesn't like this doesn't really absorb, but it kind of absorbs into the sheet of paper. But I'm gonna need that because I am going to mix blue and silver shimmer. Shimmers were a thing then. And foundation wasn't anything crazy. So I'm just gonna put on my regular foundation, which is Advanced Anti-Aging Make Sense Foundation. Right now I'm using Almond. Now one thing to keep in mind if you are going over top of a concealer like that, now again I'd let it dry a little bit longer, but if I'm trying to go over it and I haven't let it dry fully, which again, let it dry, I pat, 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 pat versus blending or moving it around. Gosh, I haven't had bangs in a long time. This feels kind of weird to have like hair on my forehead. Definitely feels weird. But again, we're gonna go for some sun-kissed glow. So there's gonna be some bronzer on this face today. Now I always get my foundation up around my ears, jawline, down to my neck. Again, not anything fancy or different on their foundation. There's a nice base, and you can see that my red zits are covered up with my green concealer. I wonder if they knew that back in the 70s. They probably did. You would hope so. Okay, so next I'm gonna throw on a little Candlelight as an under eye base and first coat for my eyeshadow, which ours is called SeneGence. And I have fresh, clean brushes, which, did you know 45% of people don't clean their makeup brushes? So gross when you don't. Not only because of the bacteria and You could possibly ruin your brushes and your product if you're moving bacteria around, but your makeup won't go on nearly as well if you don't have clean brushes. And let me tell you, I can already feel these were like a couple weeks overdue. I normally clean them once a week, but I had let them go because I was busy and had lots of other things going on. Yeah, clean your brushes once a week and your makeup will go on so much smoother. Okay, while I'm letting that dry, I am going to throw something on my brows as soon as I found the right brush. In the 70s, they had nice groomed brows. Thankfully, when we get to the 90s, we'll complain again, or 90s or 2000, I can't remember. The really thin brows. These are just nicely groomed, nothing crazy. I am taking this little brush right here, a little angled brush, and just doing a little bit in my brows. Think a little more natural. Nothing crazy, thankfully. Well, I'm still growing in my brows from years of abuse. I'm just glad we don't have like this crazy pluck brows. I mean, I still pluck my brows to like the crazy ones, but I'm so glad we got away from that. And I'm afraid that someday we're gonna go back to it because beauty trends always evolve. Yes, you like my hair? Okay, that is basically it for the brows. We're not gonna do much more with those. Now we're gonna work on bronzing ourselves. Okay, so a couple different options I have here. We have our translucent powder, which comes in Bronze Dust, Silver Rose, and Natural. I could probably get away with just doing this, but I also have, I did not grab it, you guys. You know what, we're gonna go with this. I also have a blush sense that is bronze, but I think I just grabbed this just to make it easy. So you can see, maybe you guys can see that, there's powder in there. So they basically kind of did it everywhere. So we're gonna kind of give myself, it was meant to be a natural glow, but when I look at the pictures, I'm like, there was nothing natural about it. It was obvious. So we'll just kind of give my face a little bit of a glow here. I don't want to go too crazy. And I'm actually going to use our powder too for blush. They didn't do anything drastic on blush either, at least from what I've read. Again, this is all stuff that I did by reading. Now, obviously what I'm doing right now is I have this ginormous ring light here, and I've noticed in my videos what I see here looks different on playback. So I think this is enough. I think. So when I take a picture after, it may look a little different because I may get done, look in the mirror and think, oh gosh, I need more of this or less. I may be overdoing it at this point. Okay, so they did not do the one thing. Okay, I love our powders. I don't like our brushes. That's why sometimes I put it in another container. So yeah, my little secret. I could just feel a bristle on my face. So what we're gonna do for my Silver Rose, which is in a different container, I'm gonna take my brush, so hard to say, and just dab a little bit here and try to get it, oops. On the apples. Keep in mind, any product you are using, the first place you put it on your face is where the highest concentration is going to be, and that's true for powder and creamed powder. Again, this may look really good to you guys, that may look really bad to me, I'm not really sure. That's why I always check and touch up anything afterwards. I feel the vibe though. I totally feel this like summer glow. Oops. On the apples. Keep in mind, any product you are using, the first place you put it on your face is where the highest concentration is gonna be, and that's true for powder and cream to powder. Again, this may look really good to you guys, and it may look really bad to me, I'm not really sure. That's why I always check and touch up anything afterwards. I feel the vibe though. I totally feel this like summer glow vibe. So what we're gonna do now is mix up some shadow scents, which blending palette, again, if you don't have this, which is essentially some construction paper, I think, maybe a little more. This is handy because I can tear off a sheet and do the next mix, but you could use wax paper, maybe even saran wrap, tin foil. What I plan to buy is a blending palette off of like say Amazon. They're like metal and you can reuse them. Once you, if you're like doing makeup on somebody else, you can sanitize them and use them over and over again. And that way when you're mixing things, it doesn't go into this paper, it stays on top. So the challenge I run into when I'm mixing shadow scents, which is totally doable and it's totally fine, you can do that with lip scents too, is that some of it can I say absorbs into the paper, but there's not as much there. It's easier when you have it in a metal type container, or even plastic, I guess. And then also you have to be careful that you make up enough at the very get-go so that when you go to do it, you have enough for both eyes, because if you go to mix it again a second time, you may not get the exact same color that you had before. So I always try to make up too much versus too little. And these are two colors that I don't use a lot, so there should be plenty in here. And I'm gonna do it down here, but I'm gonna show you, all I do is I take this and like gob some on there. So I'm gonna try to get as much as I can. I'm gonna take just a brush, try to keep it in a big pile here because I don't want it all going on my my sheet. That's what I'm coming up with, but I think I want it to be a little, We're gonna try it and see what happens. Oh yeah, this is perfect. Now keep in mind, I'm trying to match this on both sides. So I'm gonna put some on, work with it a little bit, blend it to where I want it to be, and then go back if I need more. This is actually more than I needed. Oh, and I got a little bit down there, which I did not want. This could actually be a little lighter. As if I want to. Oh, I'm keeping it down below, which I guess isn't the end of the world. If I wanted to, I could add some silver shimmer on top of this and lighten it a little bit. So again, a lot of times I did like the one color, but sometimes I did a little gradient, like lighter to darker, from what I could tell. I don't want that there. But I guess sometimes it's just what it is. Now I feel like my brows are a little higher than some people's, but yeah, we're still gonna go to the top. So why not? What do you guys think about my blue? Kind of digging this look. My 60s look was a flop, in my opinion. I gotta be careful not to like mess with my brows here. Oh yeah, I definitely made enough up. I want to get it all the way up there. You guys hear my cat? Everyone is locked out of this room right now. And the poor cat just hates it. I don't know, is that too much blue? I feel like it might be too much blue. That feels so strange. Now some looks they had eyeliner, some looks they didn't. I might throw on a little bit of silver up top, a little bit, tone it down slightly. No, I'm just not feeling that much. Because I feel weird, really weird. I feel like I could definitely be a little bit lighter blue. And I guess I did not pay attention to like where they ended it at. was not careful about that. Oh gosh. I don't know where they ended their shadow at. But I definitely feel like I could be a little bit lighter. Maybe I shouldn't have gone up so high. What'd you think? Okay, we are gonna put on some liner, but I'm gonna let this dry for a minute. I just love our powder. It's so close to a liquid, it feels super fine. Yeah, fine. Our makeup is non-comedogenic, which means it doesn't clog your pores, which is awesome. Which helps, especially for people who are oily and don't need any more oil on their face. One thing I think I'm gonna do right here, the whole healthy glow thing, take a little bit of pearlizer. If I can get some out of here, I'm almost out of this. And my pump is kind of, oops, I got too much. That's okay. I got too much. We'll fix that in a second. With a brush. You'll take my brush that had my foundation on it. Okay, we're glowing. 70s glow here. Okay, lip scents. I'm going to use Nude Pink and, oh, I have blue on my hands. Nude Pink and Java Gloss. They have a very light look, again, kind of more natural, although blue's not really natural. Maybe back then it was natural. Okay, that was witch hazel I just used on my lips. Here is why. All that gunk got on my face during makeup application, and once again, I left the cloth over there. So right now, you would be patting dry with a dry washcloth. So we are going to use Nude Pink lip scents and Java Gloss for kind of a natural look. We still have to do my eyes, eyeliner, and mascara. Voila! So that's a very natural look. I almost did Nude Honey, which is my current favorite, but I decided Nude Pink was like definitely more the look. Okay. It did not appear that they did a lot on eyeliner. I'm gonna do that in my top lash, maybe a little bit in my, I did get some blue down there. You know what? I don't know if I can kinda, I don't think they did that, but I kind of have it there, so I might as well go with it. Okay. Just a little bit here. Say I did it. I also read somewhere that the 70s was when the whole cream to powder like fad came to be, so our cream to powders are still doing great. Let me tell you, after going to a cream to powder shadow, I won't ever go back to powder shadows because I can do my makeup in any order I want to and not have the fallout down here, which to me is absolutely amazing because then you're kind of cleaning it up again. Okay, so primer. I don't know if they had primer back then, but we have primer, so we're gonna use it. Give ourselves some beautiful lashes. Goes on beige, that way you kind of know where it's at. And don't forget, although there was one picture I posted that I had, clearly had the beige on my lashes still and didn't realize that I had that. Anyway, okay, I'm kind of digging this. I like my glow. Just have to do my mascara, but I like to let my primer dry for a good minute so that it dries, so when I put the mascara on, it builds on that. Now both our mascara and our primer have Capixyl in them, which helps grow your lashes by up to 46% just by wearing it, which is amazing. We also have Lash Extend, which can help in a different way, but I'm okay with just using this because my lashes are in incredible shape. If you guys can see like how long they look right there. Okay, normally I let it dry longer, but we're doing a video. Anybody else make funny faces when you're doing mascara? I'm like, okay. I've noticed that. I watched some videos and I'm like, why do I do that? My husband also told me, he's like, why do you smile at yourself when you're doing your makeup? Like in the mirror in the morning, I'm like, I do something and I smile, and I don't know why I do that. I don't know if that's how I want people to see me, so I make sure it looks good when I'm smiling, or if I'm just so happy with my accomplishment that I smile. These are always my hard part, the under. I always struggle with my lower lashes. So I think that's it, right? There we have it, the 70s. Yeah, I like it. What do you think? I love this look. I will say the blue could be a little lighter. I should have added a little snow in there, which is our white. As it was, I did make it falling. I did silver, shimmer, and blue, but I think I probably could have gotten away with adding snow in there. What do you think? Either way, after my disappointing 60s look, I love this. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to see more, of course, subscribe on YouTube. You can also find me on Facebook in the groups, Facebook/groups/Bella Rose Kisses. You can also find me on my business page, which is facebook.com/Bella Rose Kisses by Becky. Of course, I'm also on Instagram and Pinterest and, you know, go, 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 go. Anywho, please subscribe and please keep watching. Who knows what's next? Have a fabulous day. Bye.